Well, the jury is expected to begin deliberating tomorrow in the corruption trial of former Virginia Governor Gov McDonnell and his wife, Maureen. The 5-week trial featured details of the governor's failing marriage, as well as testimony from the man accused of paying for influence within the governor's mansion. Joining me now is criminal defense attorney Eric Gusser. Thank you for being with us here to put some perspective on what's to come as deliberations begin here.
Thank you.
Let's start with this. Does this all hinge on the definition and interpretation of the word bribery, meaning said payment equals promise, specific promise here, or is it just kind of the understanding that, hey, you know what, maybe some gifts will come back and in exchange for something else down the road?
Well, bribery, it's based upon what we call, the legal term is quid pro quo. Something, you're giving something to get something back. And this case is almost like a made-for-TV movie. There's a Rolex watch that was given, $100,000 in loans, different payments for stocks and different things that were given to the McDonald's from Johnny Williams.
So not necessarily was saying, hey, you know what, this is a great watch, great trip for you, in the hopes that somewhere down the road it'll come back to me in the form of something.
Right, and it's all about the timing. For example, there were private jet excursions to golf trips, and then, hey, by the way, can you allow me to meet your Secretary of Agriculture or your Secretary to get my product actually put on the market? There are so many things that were happening in this case that lead to whether it was bribery or corruption. And Johnny Williams was given immunity. He was the former CEO of Star Scientific. He was given full immunity for the prosecution for anything relating to this case, to any type of transaction, to any type of stock options that were given, any type of stock tips that were given, anything that he could be tied to relating to this case, he got full immunity.
He got full immunity. Let's talk about this and look ahead when it comes to a conviction and the kind of sentence the governor and his wife could face, his former wife could face. Could the verdict be different from one against the other, or is it kind of going to be across the board, they both get the same? And
that's a very interesting thing about this case. It could be different based upon what the evidence shows for each particular defendant. Because Maureen, the wife, she is being painted as the one who was really pushing everything. She was the one who set up meetings. She was the one who sent the text messages. She was the one who asked for the Rolex watch. So she used her influence to get these things for the benefit of the company.
Let's put this into perspective here. As far as, has there been anything like this? If you think of it, if somebody in the position of a governor, I'm sorry to say, wouldn't they know better that somewhere down the line this is going to come bite them?
Well, most people think they can get away with it.
That's baffling to me. That really is baffling.
And what amazes me is that people send messages via social media, not social media, but text.
Where it can be tracked.
Yes, it can be tracked, it can be retrieved. Even if you delete something, it is there forever. So they're leaving this electronic trail of information, even emails from different accounts that lead a trail for the federal government to follow to see exactly what happened and when. For example, Maureen told her broker to dump a lot of stock before they had to report these stocks on their disclosures. So that shows that she probably knew that what she was doing was wrong. Always
a paper trail in this case, I guess, an electronic trail and everything else that follows along with it, right?
Yes, there's always an electronic trail. If you text something, if you email something, which leads into wire fraud charges, which a lot of us see those on federal cases, wire fraud and different electronic communications. If you're using electronic communications for fraud, it can be tracked, and it will be tracked by the federal government.
Oh, what an interesting next couple of days that you're going to have watching this one, as we'll watch as well.
It will be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Up next.